What is up today, YouTube? Lil Mao here. Welcome back to another episode. It is 4 in the morning and we're getting ready to go to Chicago. We're getting ready to hop on our flight at LaGuardia Terminal B. We're just waiting for the Uber and then we'll hop on a United Airlines flight. This is our first United Airlines flight, so we'll see how it goes. So we're now at LaGuardia. We got about 2 hours. It actually does look quite busy at 4 a.m. We're gonna go figure this out, check in, and see you on the other side of the gates. Just gotta find United Airlines. Okay, so technically our backpack is bigger than the stupid size requirement that they have, which is like 17 inches. Ain't nobody's backpack like 17 inches unless it's like a girl's backpack. But the representative said I don't have to check it. Hopefully that's true and I don't have to pay, because over there they charge an extra $25 at the gate on top of the baggage fee, and I'm gonna be pretty pissed if I have to pay $50 per backpack. But it's kind of ridiculous anyways if you had to. But got our boarding pass and we're ready to go. That's pretty cool. The Orange County Choppers Paul Jr. bike. If you haven't seen already, we released an American Chopper video on our gaming channel, so if you'd like to check that out, that's pretty cool. So we made it through TSA pretty easily. It took about a half an hour. Unfortunately, we have to wear the stupid Chinese masks, and not really looking forward to that part of the flight. Here we have another Paul Jr.'s design bike. This is pretty cool. Wow. The water almost disappears after the light can't reach it anymore. They're starting to make LaGuardia a little bit nice. last flight was over a year and a half ago. It was in February 2020 when we went to Montreal. And this trip is a lot like the Montreal trip. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it's not an international trip, so it won't be like amazing, but it will be good a trip. That's for sure. We're gonna cross out 2 more states, Illinois and Wisconsin. So we got a hot dog from the Shake Shack. Not bad. Like your standard New York City hot dog. They should at least put onions or like meat sauce on there or something for $5. Hey guys, we made it to Chicago. Now we're gonna go take the blue line or something like that to downtown Chicago. We'll figure it out. That's not bad. $25 for the week. It's really only $20 if you already have the card. So it's definitely a lot cheaper than New York. Speedboat for this shed aquarium. I'm not really sure. We're just trying to do the things that I think Brian has already seen now, and you know, that way he doesn't have to spend money on it twice. We should be getting our first glimpse of actual downtown Chicago. So let's see if it meets our expectations. I'm not really sure what to expect, but we'll see. Oh, they got their own city bike by Lyft. Okay. This building's pretty cool. Chase Tower. So yeah, it definitely has a Manhattan style feel. I can see why they call it the Windy City. It is pretty windy. It's actually cold. I probably should have brought a jacket. I didn't think I would need one because it's quite warm in New York, but it is kind of cold here. Alright, let's go try to figure out where the Willis Tower is. So we came across this pretty cool sculpture here. Definitely feels like a mini Manhattan. Less people, less cars, probably much easier to drive here. Yeah, it definitely feels like Manhattan. So we can see it here. Here's the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower. And I believe they have a glass box floor, or the one where it leans out. So we're definitely gonna do that. I didn't really get to experience that too much at Hudson Yards because Damien was wilding out. So this time we get to at least enjoy it. Hopefully they have it here. I know there's another observation deck. We'll probably do that as well. So it is $35 to check out the Willis Tower, which is pretty standard compared to the New York observation decks. So let's go see if it's worth the $35. Oh, Chicago. Looks like New York. Yeah, all of these kind of look like New York. There's Navy Pier. We definitely got to check that out while we're here. Hey, that rhymed. Marina City. It is 1,400 feet or 223 Michael Jordans. Wow, and it weighs 1,348 blue whales. Oh yeah, we gotta go through the ledge. Oof. I guess you take your picture here. Harlem and Lake. Oh, we're going in the subway. We're going in the trap. It's like the future though. And oh, it looks like they have a beach. We'll definitely have to check that out. Could use me some beach action while we're here. Oh yeah, these are what we gotta try while we're in Chicago. We're definitely gonna try the deep dish pizza. Ooh, look at this. This is a giant deep dish pizza. And they put the cheese on top. I mean, they put the tomato sauce on top of the cheese. Wiggly Field. In Chicago. We saw this on our walk over to the Willis Tower. Then we're gonna check out the Bean later. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, that looks cool too. What is that?
Welcome to the Sky Deck. You're on your way to the top of the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Along the way, you can watch as we pass by some of the tallest buildings, monuments, and structures in the world. You're riding up this 1,450-foot modern marvel in one of the tower's 104 elevator cars. Your trip to the Sky Deck will only take about a minute. That means your elevator is traveling at a speed of more than 24 feet per second. The tower opened its doors in 1973 and held the title of the world's tallest building for 25 years. The west antenna reaches 1,730 feet above the Chicago streets.
Oh yeah.
We're now passing 850 feet and San Francisco's Transamerica Pyramid, 970 feet and the Yokohama Landmark Tower, Japan's tallest building, 1,062 feet and Paris's stunning Eiffel Tower, the Bank of China Tower in Hong Kong, 1,250 feet and the Empire State Building in New York. And now we're here, 103 stories up. Welcome to the top.
So I guess it's taller than the Empire State Building, but I'm pretty sure the Freedom Tower is taller.
We're lucky it's a clear day.
Definitely not as big as Manhattan. Gets a lot more rural or suburban over here.
That's cool with that elevated park and
Like all the tennis courts, basketball court that's on top of the building. All that grass.
Okay, so here's the more city area. I was thinking Chicago was much bigger than what I was seeing over there. There was that one building that we got, the Chase Tower. Oh, there's that sculpture we saw down there. And here's the bay of Lake Michigan. And I think we can see all the way to the other side. Maybe that's like Indiana or something over there. Actually, no, it's probably still Illinois, but I'm not sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. Now that elevator that we took to get up here, it definitely sways a lot. Doesn't do that in any of the ones that I've been on in New York. So it's definitely a little bit different. And you can get your own Willis Tower. I still remember it as a Sears Tower. Oh my god.
A little more to your right. Okay, that's fine right there. Looking up. You ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And next to this one.
Thank you.
You have a minute for your photos.
Wow. So you're right over the water.
Yeah,
If you don't look down, it's not too bad. So this is how much glass is between you and the city. It is not very thick. Well, I mean, it's about 3 inches maybe. You know. Okay, my GoPro, the width of the GoPro is actually thicker than this glass. And that is 1.5 inches apparently. I think they're 1.5 inches each, so maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 inches. Now, that glass box definitely gives you more of a adrenaline rush than the Edge. The Edge, I feel like the view below isn't very great, where that one you get to see the water below. And I'm not sure which is taller, I'll let you know. But just being in the whole glass box definitely adds to the scariness or the adrenaline of it. Whereas, you know, the Ledge, the Edge, whereas the edge in Manhattan is, you know, just a glass wall. And maybe it was because Damien was freaking out. I was more focused on getting a picture, but definitely that got my adrenaline running a lot more. So actually, I was right. The World Trade Center is taller than the Willis Tower. One Freedom Tower. One Freedom Tower is 1,776 feet tall, while Willis Tower is 1,451 feet tall. However, the ledge, the glass box, this is 1,353 feet tall. That is 220 feet taller than the edge in Hudson Yards, Manhattan. So that's why it adds to the adrenaline. I wonder why the river is brown right there. 103 floors, pretty awesome. Okay, YouTube, that was the sky deck. Unfortunately, these bastards charged me $31 for the photo on the sky deck, but man, you know, it's definitely, I wouldn't say worth it, but you know, I'm only coming here a handful of times, might as well. And the photos on my phone are kind of shit anyway, so that was much better. Definitely expensive, so it was in total $66, but worth it in my opinion for the memory. We're in this cool little greenhouse in the Children's Museum, and it seems really cool. They have like a jungle gym over there, and here's where the Ferris wheel is. I think it's like a little amusement park here out on Navy Pier. So we're gonna try to do that extreme speedboat tour. I think it's somewhere around here. This is cool. So it looks mostly for little kids, the rides here. So I don't think I'm gonna go on anyone. Oh, there's the speed dog. That's where we gotta go. Wow, look at the skyline, guys. Right on the Lake Michigan. It almost looks like an ocean, but it's nice and calm. So unfortunately we couldn't do the extreme one because of weather or wind or something. Seems like a super nice day, but I guess it might be a little bit too windy to go. So we just booked the regular one. It still goes fast, just not quite as fast. This might be better so we can take pictures. I really wanted to do the extreme one, but you know, can't. We could come back tomorrow, but I don't want to waste extra time. So we're gonna do the regular one, and it saves us $15 in the process, so I guess that's pretty good. See, this would be cool, the tall windy ship. It's like an old new style boat.
Yeah.
Sailboat. I think that boat tour would be cool to do, but I mean, you know, if you do one, I feel like you get the experience of some. Yo, what's good? What's your thing? What's your thing?
My thing, I be rapping.
I know, but what's your page?
IG, go, yeah.
Lake Michigan is quite blue. I mean, it almost looks dyed. Reminds me a lot of like the blue water in Greece. It is that blue. Wow. It's insane because New York City water is brown, and that looks, you know, semi-decent. Get a great view of Chicago skyline and Lake Michigan. And there's the boat that we'll be on shortly. Welcome. We moved it.
Oh, you guys want to keep it out here?
Yeah, we can put it on.
So we are on the Seadog. Of course, we gotta get front row seats. You know what I mean? And you get the best view of the harbor from here. So this should be pretty fun.
Yeah, lakefront tour. You guys see we're on the red boat, but we're not gonna do the extreme. All right, we're not doing the extreme, so we're not gonna do like crazy turns, all that stuff. It's just a speedboat ride. All right, that's what it says on the ticket. Y'all got 1 o'clock tickets, right? 30 minutes Seadog lakefront tours. Making sure you're getting what you paid for. All right, looks good to me. All right. Well, now that we got that over, let's go over some safety stuff. Okay, so we are on a speedboat. It's gonna go a little fast. It is windy out there, so we're gonna move up, down, side to side. So if you have any medical conditions that might get aggravated by that, like a bad back, bad neck, bad heart, osteoporosis, recent surgeries, or maybe if you are at the late terms of pregnancy, we do not recommend that you continue with this boat ride, right? But of course, we can't tell you what to do with your body. You know yourself better than anyone. But if you do feel uncomfortable, guys, you can always disembark and get your full refund at the ticket booth. But if you are happy and healthy, let me see some thumbs up. Make sure everybody's good. All right. Next up is for wetness warning. Like I said, it is getting windy out there, so people have been getting wet, especially if you're at the back by the sides right there. You're probably gonna get wet today. All right, so if you can't get wet, or you absolutely like you have somewhere to go.
Okay, YouTube, we're off.
Underway. We're out of the dock, so there's no turning back now, right? Okay, now that we are off, it's time for you to meet our crew. That lady you were talking earlier, that is your captain for the day. So if you look up there at the helm, there she is. So everybody make some noise for Captain Jamie. Alright. And that gentleman right next to her, that is your first mate for the day. He's here to make sure we all stay safe out there and follow the rules. That's Antoine. So everybody show some love to Antoine. And I am Eric. I'll be your tour guide for the next 30 minutes. I'm here to talk your ear off, so don't even worry about it. All right, now that you've met our crew, let's go over the rules that we have on this boat. It's really important to follow these rules because we don't want anyone getting hurt out here on the Seadog. So first rule, while you are here, you must remain in your seats, and you must keep those seat belts fastened. Guys, please don't stand up, because if you stand up, we're going to stop the boat. Everybody's going to look at you. It's going to wait for everyone, right? So please please guys remain in your seats. Second rule, you see these railings right here, please keep every part of your body inside the railings at all times. Don't put like a hand through it, because if you do and we hit a bump, that rail is going to pull your shoulder right off. So guys, please just stay inside the boat. All right, we don't want anyone getting hurt. Third rule, there is absolutely no smoking on this vessel. That includes any type of smoke, cigarettes, vapes, pipes, blunts, bombs, none of that stuff. All right. The reason for that is if we see smoke coming out from anywhere, we have to assume that's coming from a fire. So guess what? If we see smoke coming out of you, I'm right to the back. We have a fire extinguisher there. I'm gonna use it on you. All right. So guys, please don't smoke. And our last rule on this boat, you guys see how beautiful the streets we have out here. So let's keep it that way. So please, guys, do not litter. Anyway, there is a $1,000 fine if you do get caught littering. So the Chicago Marine Police Unit stops us and asks who did it. I'm gonna put you out. $1,000 is a lot of money. I can't pay for that. Okay, well, that seems fair enough. And with the no littering parts, a little warning. As you can see, like this wind's picking up pretty bad. It's gonna get way worse once we go fast. So hold on to all your stuff: your hats, glasses, masks, wigs, weaves, eyelashes, dentures, toothpaste. Anything that might get blown away, guys, they will get blown away. So hold on to your stuff. Well, that is it for our rules, but I got one more thing for you. I'm required by Coast Guard law to do this, so I'll give you guys a real quick life jacket demonstration. It's real simple stuff, so I'm pretty sure you guys will get it, okay? You got that? Got any questions? Yeah, well, there's no point in asking it anyway, because this is the only one we got, and it's for me, so. Nah, I'm kidding, guys. We have plenty on one of the hatches at the back right there, but they'll only be handed out in a very unlikely event of an emergency. However, you got Captain Jamie up there, and you got Antoine as your first mate. They're the best crew we got out here at Seadogs, so you guys are in very good hands. Alright, we're still going kind of slow because you can't go faster yet. This is a no-wake zone, but once you get close enough to the break off, we'll be ready to go fast. Alright, but before that, I want to hear some noise from the crowd, right? You guys ready to go on the boat ride? Woo! Yeah, that's good. Alright, guys, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to sit down, buckle myself up. So just sit tight, guys, and hold on to all your stuff, alright? to our first stop. This is the south side of downtown Chicago. Let's start over here to my right here, guys, left. This little area around here is known as the museum campus. And that building at the tip of the campus, that is the Adler Planetarium. And that's the first planetarium that was ever built in the Western Hemisphere. Sadly, as you can see, it's undergoing construction right now, and it's not projected to reopen until March 2022, so it's gonna be a while. But it's still a good place to take some pictures. If you guys see those lower corners of the planetarium, those bronze flags are engraved with a sign of the zodiac on each one of them, so there's 12 of them. So if you're into the zodiac, it's a good place to go out there and take some pictures. The next building in our campus is this one, right in front of us. That is the Shed Aquarium. It's home to over 15,000 species of aquatic life, and they also host a world famous dolphin show. So if you guys want to check that out, it's pretty cool. I've seen the dolphin show a couple times. It's a fun time. But cool thing about the aquarium is, so they have a lot of saltwater fish in there. But as we know, Lake Michigan is all freshwater, so we actually had to get all of our saltwater from Florida. So from time to time, they'll ship like millions of gallons of salt water. They put it on trucks and they drive all the way from Florida to Chicago, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. And the last building in the campus is behind the aquarium. You can kind of see it right there. It's behind those trees. That is the Field Museum, and there you'll find Sue. And Sue is the most complete T-Rex fossil ever assembled in the world. So if you guys like dinosaurs, you like archaeology, Field Museum is the place to check out. But my favorite building, the museum campus, is not a museum. It's that stadium right there. You can kind of see the top of it behind these trees. That is Soldier Speedboat, home of all Chicago Bears. You got any Bears fans here? No? Oh, yeah. I like y'all. Yeah. Yeah, so that's Soldier Speedboat. Okay, you guys see all this greenery in front of us right now? That is Grant Park. They host a lot of festivals there, and actually it's going on right now. We got Lollapalooza on there. Anybody going there tonight? Tomorrow? You guys checking it out?
What is Lollapalooza?
It's like a music festival. Yeah, so it's a lot of people going out there. I'm jealous of you guys as you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They also do Blues Fest and Jazz Fest and Taste of Chicago at Grant Park, so they hold a lot of cool stuff out there. And right where that white tent is, in front of that is the Buckingham Fountain. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't like crowds, now it's not the time to go there, because like I said, they have Lollapalooza going on there right now. It's going to be a lot of people, especially tonight. So if you guys drove or anything, just prepare for that, all right? It's going to be a lot of people, a lot of traffic today in Chicago. All right, well, we are in Chicago, so we have to talk about this building. This big black building right there with the two white towers up top. That is the tallest building we have in Chicago. That used to be the tallest building in the world for about 25 years. It's 1,451 feet. It has 108 stories. Do we have any Chicago locals here? So for the locals, you know, like it's called the Sears Tower, right? But for my non-local friends out here, you might have seen it written differently. Like it's spelled W-I-L-L-I-S. They changed the spelling back in 2009, but you ask anyone from here, we still call it the Sears Tower. Right? So if you ask anyone, where's the Sears Tower at? They're gonna point you, but they point to it. But if you ask where's the Willis Tower at, they're gonna point you towards Indiana. So stay serious, all right? Okay, you guys ready to go back on that boat ride? Yeah, let's go. buildings we have out here in Chicago, that is the James Jardine Water Treatment Plant. That treats all the water that we get out here in Chicago. But it doesn't get the water from around here. It actually gets it all the way out there. You guys see that building in the middle of the lake right there? Yeah. There's another one all the way out there. Then we pass one south side right there. So there's 4 of them. You can see 3 from here. And those buildings are the water reclamation cribs that we have out here in Lake Michigan. So they suck up a whole bunch of water, send it on the ground through a series of tunnels and pipes, and sends it to the treatment plant. And in about 7 to 9 hours, you'll find that water in all the homes out here in downtown Chicago, but also another 118 suburbs up in the northeastern Illinois area. So a lot of places get their fresh water out here in Lake Michigan. That's why we like to take care of our lake. Now let's talk a little bit about this lakefront. This lakefront is known as Chicago's front yard because lighthouse right there. That is the Chicago Harbor Lighthouse. That's the only lighthouse we have in Chicago. That was built back in 1893, but it wasn't built here, right? Originally, it was like miles up north, right where the Museum of Science and Industry is. And it was built for the 1893 World's Fair that was held here in Chicago. The World's Fair is like kind of like the Olympics, but for like innovations. So people from all over the world gathered there to show off their innovations. So it's pretty cool. They don't do it anymore, but sadly, but it was pretty cool stuff back then. It's a huge honor to host the World's Fair. So they picked Chicago because of how they bounced back for when the city burned down, like the Great Chicago Fire back in 1871. And they built the Chicago back up so good that the world noticed it. They're like, yeah, we want to host the World's Fair out here in Chicago. So yeah, so they built that for that fair. But the cooler thing they also built for the World's Fair back in 1893 was the world's first ever Ferris wheel. It was designed by George Washington Ferris, and they built it in Chicago. So let's use this Ferris wheel for scale, right? You guys see that Ferris wheel? The one they built back in 1893 is twice the size of that one. And they used like old train cars as the carriages for it. So it was massive. And obviously people were afraid to ride it, right? It's like a spinning death trap. So I would be afraid too. But they figured out a way to get people to ride it, right? So the train car was so big, so they were able to fit like a bar in there, and they started serving booze to the people that go on it. Like it's, if you buy a ticket, you get free booze. Guess what? It worked. People started riding that bad boy, right? So tell you about the relationship with booze and people back then. So it is what it is, right? Another thing I heard, you guys see these sticks poking out right there? Actually, back in the 1900s, there was a pier there called Dime Pier, and they called it Dime Piers because they used to have rowboats out here, and if you give them a dime, they'll row you out here so you can go fishing, right? This used to be like this is not connected to the land at all. Back in the day, it's just a break wall that people turn into a pier. But here's how they get you, right? Once they row you out here and you're stuck there, in order for them to row you back, they'll charge you extra. So I was like, because if you don't pay up, guess what? You're gonna swim, and we know Lake Michigan gets pretty cold, so we're pretty smart back then, right? But back in like the 60s, though, the pier sank, and the Chicago's like, we're not gonna take it back. It costs so much, so it's still there, just underwater. Right? All right, you guys had fun out there? Y'all did? All right, well, guys, if you did, make some noise for your captain real quick. Rap, Jay, make some noise. And of course, can't forget our first mate, so show some love to Antoine up there as well. Alright, guys. Well, now that we're going slow, you guys can take off those seatbelts, but please, you gotta do two things, right? If you can't, please leave them at your chair behind you, or you can buckle them back up if you're feeling extra nice. But more importantly, you must stay in your seats, and so Captain Jamie tells you it is safe to stand up and disembark. Alright. Again, guys, thank you so much for cruising with us today. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Have fun out here in Chicago. Open and free to the public. The lakefront has like 33 beaches, but the more famous one is North Avenue Beach, which is that way. You guys see that white and red building right there? That's North Avenue Beach. They have 50 beach volleyball courts there. They have a small open gym. But more importantly, that's where they host the Air and Water Show, which is coming back this year. It's scheduled August 21st to the 23rd. I think, but they're only doing an air show. They're not going to do a water show today, but it's still pretty cool, and it's all free. All you got to do is show up, and you can see the Blue Angels do their thing up in the sky, so it's pretty cool. That beach right there, that's Ohio Street Beach, right in front of us. They have a little like restaurant, cafe by the beach, so that's also a pretty good place to just chill out and relax. So yeah, this lakefront is beautiful, and we love it. Okay, next up, we'll talk about this building right here. This black building with the white towers up top. Next is going down the sides. As you can see, I described it pretty similar to the Sears Tower. That's because it's actually designed by the same architect. It's designed by Bruce Graham. But this was finished first before the Sears, so it's kind of like the Sears older brother. Even though that's only the 5th tallest building we have out here in Chicago, but it has the best view in the United States, right? Because if you go up to the 100th floor, they have this thing called 360 Chicago, because it's all windows, and from there you can see 360 degrees. And on a good day, you can see like all of Chicago, but all of Illinois. You can also see parts of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Indiana from there. It's pretty dope. Also, if you walk up towards the window, they have this like handlebars you can hold on to, and they'll tilt you 45 degrees forward outside of the building, and then so you'll look straight down 1,100 feet. So if you guys are into that, if you like heights, you like fearing for your life, go check that out. But if you still want to enjoy the view without all that crazy stuff, if you go down to the 95th and 96th floor, they have this restaurant called the Signature Lounge. And it's a pretty pricey restaurant, but it's good. They'll sit you like by the window so you can see everything. But from what I heard, right, the best view in that restaurant is actually the ladies' room, because it's like all windows. The ladies' room is like all windows. So ladies, if you got time, go check the Signature Lounge bathroom out. But for us guys, I guess you gotta sign up for the normal view, right? It is what it is. All right, you guys ready to go fast one more time? All right, let's go.
So we just got off the Seadogs Speedboat tour, and what do I think of it? I think it was a good boat ride. You get a nice view of Chicago's skyline. Is it worth the money? I think it's okay value-wise, but for sightseeing, I don't think it's very good. You should go on it if you want to go on a speedboat and have fun on the Lake Michigan. But the sightseeing wasn't too good. It only took you to 2 spots, and that was a bit disappointing. So if you want to go on it, go for being on a speedboat, not for the sightseeing. I think you'll have a better time sightseeing on the architecture tour. The entire tour you stay inside that little like concrete boundary. So that's why I don't think it was that good for sightseeing. You don't go very far. You just go to 2 spots. You see the skyline. He'll point out some buildings and things like that. I don't think the sightseeing was too great. The skyline is good. You can take some good pictures or video when it stopped. And yeah. Would I do it again? I don't know. I think the extreme tour is probably much better. We're walking along this lake bike path. Oh, they got a Segway store. That'd be pretty cool. So I'm not sure how much of the park we can actually see because of Lollapalooza. What the hell is Lollapalooza? All the thoughts are here today. Because of this stupid Lollapalooza crap, I can't see the Cloud Gate, the Bean, or anything I really wanted to, because it's all inside the gates for the stupid festival, which is very disappointing. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they have the gates taken down so I can check it out without this stupid festival. But we may have to come back to Chicago if we want to see it, unfortunately. They have an Obey piece over here, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's in a kind of a hard spot to see. Are the same style trains as we have in New York City, except they go by colors instead of letters and numbers. So we're going to be taking the pink line to Orgave Transportation Center to meet with Ryan, and should be pretty interesting. I haven't seen them in a while. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Everything I really want to do is closed, so it's okay. We'll still have fun. I'm sure Ryan knows some places that I don't. So it appears these bridges actually open up for larger boats to get through. I believe this is the Chicago River, and this is where the architectural tour would happen. I'm thinking maybe we should have taken the architectural boat tour versus the Seadogs. But you know, I feel like one, you do one, you got the good sense of the other. And I can see these buildings from walking, so.
That is sweet.
No, it's like, I think it's like some LGBT thing. What is this? Oh, that bike is cool. Look, Ryan, it's like two-story, or called like. So we are down here in downtown Chicago on the river, walking along, and it's definitely a very scenic walk. They have kayaking. That could be interesting to do as well. I'm not sure if we will because of money, but that does seem like it would be fairly fun. A lot of nice restaurants, party things, boats. It definitely looks like a cool and fun area to be. Wow.
Yeah, and he married a Indian woman.
A Native American Indian or
Yeah.
India Indian?
No, Native American.
Yeah, when we were in St. Louis, I met one of her soror.
Beggar's Pizza. This looks pretty good. Unfortunately, they didn't have the deep dish, but we will try it somewhere else. Statues over there are awesome.